Smurls thought they were moving into a home. Instead, they moved into history and horror. His is not a horror movie. This is the true story of the Smurl family haunting, a case so disturbing, even veteran demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren were left shaken. Chapter 1, The Move-In, 1973. In 1973, Jack and Janet Smurl moved into a modest duplex in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a safe haven to raise their daughters and care for Jack's elderly parents. But the moment they settled in, the house began to show its true face. Water stains appeared on walls without cause. Appliances exploded into flames. The scent of rot would drift through the air, vanishing seconds later. At first, they blamed faulty wiring, plumbing, maybe old age. But then, the whispers began. Over the years, the presence grew stronger. Invisible forces would yank blankets from beds. Dissonant growls echoed from empty rooms. One of the most chilling moments? Jack claims he was sexually assaulted by a non-human entity. And he wasn't the only one. Whatever was inside that house wasn't just malevolent, it was deeply personal. In 1986, desperate for answers, the Smurls contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous for their work on the Amityville Horror. When Lorraine entered the house, she immediately sensed a dark, oppressive force. The Warrens claimed the house was home to 4 spirits, a harmless elderly woman, a silent young girl, a violent man, and something inhuman, a demon. They staged multiple exorcisms, but the entity retaliated, growling, levitating objects, even slamming doors with unnatural force. Soon, the media caught wind. TV crews, journalists, skeptics. Everyone wanted a piece of the story. Some accused the Smurls of faking it. Others said they were mentally ill. But the family stuck to their claims, unwavering. By 1988, exhausted and still tormented, the Smurls fled their home. And just like that, the disturbances ceased. As if the house itself had been the problem. To this day, no one truly knows what plagued the Smurl family. Was it a demon? A shared psychosis? Or something even darker that we can't yet name? Some houses are just bricks and wood. Others are traps.
The Parent Family Incident, the real Conjuring story. I once lived in Halley's Valley, Rhode Island, a quiet place, veiled in silence and shadow. Just a few meters from my home stood an old house, infamous in whispers as the haunted house. That house. It stole my sleep. It disturbed my mind, haunting my thoughts in ways I couldn't explain. There was something deeply wrong with it. A thick, invisible presence hung in the air around it, oppressive, malevolent. Just looking at it made my stomach churn. I never dared to go near. It was as if the house watched me. Then, the Parent family moved in. At first, I felt relief. A family moving into that house might change everything, right? Light chases away the darkness. Or so I thought. They seemed normal enough, parents and 2 children. Smiling. Friendly. During the day, they were like any happy family you'd meet. But when night fell, something changed. I began hearing things. Loud scolding. Bone-chilling screams. Heavy thuds. And something else. Gruesome, unmistakable butchering sounds. Sometimes the air carried the stench of decaying flesh. But come morning, the house looked peaceful again. The family acted like nothing had happened. But I saw it in their eyes. In their bruised skin. The lingering trauma etched into their smiles. One night, I woke up to shrill screams, children screaming in pure terror. Trembling, I forced myself to check on the house. I crept through the shadows and peeked through their window. What I saw still haunts me. The father stood over the mother, a hammer in hand. He was smashing her skull with such violence. Her blood sprayed across the walls. Her body twitched on the floor, which was already soaked in red. The kids, God, the kids, were screaming, their faces twisted in horror. Then the older child disappeared for a moment and returned with a long kitchen knife. He drove it straight into his father's skull, again and again, until the man collapsed in a heap. The younger child stood silent, clutching a filthy, grotesque doll, her eyes empty. Then she turned the knife on herself. Swift, deliberate. I stumbled back, unable to move, paralyzed by pure fear. Something unseen grabbed at me, as if the house itself didn't want me to leave. I broke free and ran home. I grabbed the phone to call 911. Dead line. No signal. Then came a knock. I opened the door. They were all standing there. The parents, dead. Pale. Covered in blood. Eyes hollow. The creepy doll was smiling at me. And then, nothing. I woke up the next morning to the sound of children playing. I rushed to my window. There they were, the Perron family. Alive. Laughing in their yard as if nothing had ever happened. As if it was all in my head. But I know what I saw. But here's the thing. Last night, I saw the Perron girl standing at the edge of my yard, still holding that same filthy doll. If you want to know what happened next, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this story isn't over and the house still watches and the doll, it might be watching you.